Hi guys, I'm Cyril, and today I'm going to teach you guys about the bishop. Now, the bishop is one of the more powerful pieces in chess. It is said to be worth about 3 pawns, so someone would be willing to sacrifice 3 of these for one of these. And they come on either side of the king and the queen. Now, each person has 2 bishops. There is one that is king side. This one would be king side, it's next to the king. This one would be queen side, it's next to the queen. So that's part of the naming convention. And the bishop moves diagonally. Now, a bishop that starts on a white tile can only ever move on white tiles. It moves diagonally an infinite amount of open spaces on white tiles only if it starts on a white tile. Now, the other bishop is the same, but it's on a green tile. If it starts on a green tile, it can only move to other green tiles diagonally. Now, a bishop can move an infinite amount of spaces, as long as it's not blocked. If something is in its way, it will have to take the piece or stop. It cannot go over the piece. Now, this is very different from how a knight works, whereas a knight will skip over pieces but has a limited range. Now, a lot of people consider the bishop to be better than the knight because near the end of a game, there's a lot of open space on the board, meaning a bishop can move around a lot. Now, the bishop is better than a lot of pieces in a couple of ways. The bishop can be used to checkmate near the end of a game by putting pressure on a king from far away. It can be used to check early in the game by putting pressure on a king, forcing people to make moves and decisions. And it can also do something called dominating, which is where usually, I think only on a knight, it can prevent a knight from moving completely, which is where the knight cannot move into any position on the board because the bishop will then immediately take it. Now, there's a couple common things people do with bishops. Early in the game, people like to bring them out and put pressure on pieces or fork pieces by putting 2 pieces under pressure at the same time, forcing the person to either block you, take your piece, or choose one of the pieces that they want to lose. Another common thing is the fianchetto, where the bishop is placed in a position where it will be able to attack the center, but also protect a castled king. And they are also used for an important checkmate, which is the knight and bishop checkmate, which is where a bishop is used to put pressure on a lone king, and the knight is used to stop it from moving. So bishop is putting pressure on it, knight prevents it from moving either of these directions, and the king stops it from moving here because you cannot move into a king's space. So that's the knight. There's a couple other things you can do with the knight, but you will learn those later. Thank you.